What's going on, guys? Brennan Mejia here from Power Rangers Dino Charge, if you couldn't tell. I played the Red Ranger, that guy. Yeah. Anyway, today's video is going to be ranking the Dino Charge suits from my season. Basically, which ones I like the designs on the most or not the most. Let's get into it. All right, starting off the list. So I'm going to throw out some disclaimers. I'm going off of the core suits, despite wearing the Dino Supercharge armor from the show. I'm gonna leave this list just to the basic levels of the suits. So no Dino Steel mode, no Dino Superdrive mode, and sadly no Dino Supercharge mode will make it onto this list. We're gonna go off of the original 10 plus the 11th suit, AKA the Dark Ranger, known as Heckle, who you'll see his suit in the Kyoryuger source material Sentai movies, as well as the Boom Studios comics. All right, with that being said, number 11 on the list belongs to our very own Silver Ranger, AKA Xenowing, alien bird creature from space. The suit, okay, silver is an amazing color, and when I was a kid, my buddy Reggie and I used to pretend we were our own like elemental like warriors. We called ourselves the Comets. I was the blue comet, he was the red comet, I had water power, he had fire power. When blue comet got super strong, I became silver comet, which was like silver power, I don't know what that means, and then he had gold power. But silver, despite being my power up as a kid, I don't care for our Silver Ranger's helmet design specifically. I mean, just the Titano bump thing just doesn't do it for me. It's not the suit itself, but that particular helmet just isn't, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it threw me off, and I couldn't get past it. So it made me not care about that suit as much. Yeah, I can't really say anything else about this suit. Yeah, it's really just the helmet. That is my main complaint. I like the silver with the gold accents on the boots and everything. That's all cool. But yeah, no, helmet is not doing it for me. No dice. Number 10 on the list is the Aqua Ranger. So again, I mentioned if you haven't seen my ranking of the Dino Charge Zord video, we'll add that to the bottom of this video. But I love the aqua color. It's my favorite color in the world, that blue specifically. But again, we're looking at helmets. Helmets seem to be a make or break it thing. I'm learning this about myself. Nothing wrong with the suit. And it's not even that the helmet isn't cool. Like those ears kind of look like wolf ears, but he's not a wolf ranger. He has the Ankylozord, which doesn't have those ears from what I recall from the Zord. So it just kind of threw me off with the design a bit. Yeah, I mean, it looks more nimble. The Silver Zord suit, Silver Ranger suit just looks, I don't know, like it's strong, but it doesn't seem as mobile to me, even though they're all just spandex and they probably all weigh the same. It's just what my brain is projecting onto it. So for whatever reason, yeah, the aqua one just isn't sitting with me as high as it otherwise would have if the ears were streamlined and it was just like a flat kind of or spherical shaped helmet more, versus having these pointy wolf-like ear things happening. Number 9 is the Graphite suit. So I actually like this helmet more. It is more round, but again, it has some ear things going on. I don't know why they keep adding dinosaur ears to these helmets, but yeah, or maybe they're just like bony protrusions. I don't know. The suit itself is cool. It kind of looks like a muted version of the silver suit. I mean, because graphite kind of is a muted variation of silver, I think. I didn't take color theory, if that's a class in college, I don't know. But yeah, it looks like a less powerful version of silver. But if you put that helmet onto the Silver Ranger suit, I think I might actually rank that suit higher. So yeah, now we're going with the actual graphite. Graphite, it just felt like they wanted another color. And although aqua I like more than normal blue, graphite just makes me think of number 2 pencils. And I don't really care for pencils. I'm more of a pen guy myself. That's the reason that one's a little lower for me, but I do think the Graphite Ranger is cool. I did like the Prince of Xandar storyline and how I kind of impersonated the Prince of Xandar, which is probably a crime somewhere in the world. But yeah, you know, I will put him at number 9. All right, moving right along, we have the Purple Ranger as number 8. Now, if you recall in Dino Charge, we actually have 2 Purple Rangers because we have the older gentleman who was the Purple Ranger first before he stopped being a ranger. His name was Albert in the show, and he kind of gives up his power, you know, because he doesn't want to be attacked by monsters. So we end up having Miss Morgan, aka Claire Blackwelder, become the Purple Ranger. So both suits are cool. I'm not really separating the two into different rankings because one just has a skirt and one doesn't. This suit is cool. Again, the helmet is pretty awesome too, but I'm going, again, we got the ear things going, and I don't know. It's a denominator that just doesn't speak to me. Because unlike some of the other ones I'm gonna bring up in a little bit, there's spikes, which look intimidating and like they're defensive. The ear things on the Plesio helmet just kind of looks like it was an aesthetic choice, and it's not my favorite. And then you have that little swoopy piece in the back of that helmet too. Not doing it for me, but I do like the color purple a lot, so I wanted to put it higher on the list. But you gotta work with what you got. All right, number 7 is the Green Ranger. Now this one is getting pretty sleek. I do like this suit. Green is an awesome color as well. It's actually Yoshi, our Blue Ranger's favorite color. He wanted to be Green Ranger because of that, and I wanted blue, or aqua, whatever. But yeah, we got what we got. I do like that he is a swordsman. You know, I haven't really been bringing up the powers of these Rangers. I've been just going off of the aesthetics more so. But I just want to bring up, I do like the fact that the Raptor is our swordsman in the show. This helmet is more sleek than some of the others we've brought up. Although one part I don't like, it's this green kind of indents over the black mask part. And it almost looks like green sideburns that curl inward. Not my favorite part. I think I would like it more if it was more just going flesh down, even with the little ear things on top for his suit. But other than that, yeah, I mean, obviously there's not a ton of variety with some of these suits because the suit parts themselves tend to be pretty standard across the board for most of our Rangers. It's just primarily helmet differences or skirts depending on which Ranger. But yeah, so that's where I would put number 7 for green. Moving right along, number 6 is the Black Ranger. So this one actually is pretty cool. And again, some of this, even though again, like I mentioned, the suits are similar, it's the way the Rangers carry themselves, which is a lot attributed to the storyline and how our stunt performers who are wearing the suits way more than we ever did, like acted out the characters' energies. You know, like even this picture I'm looking at of all 10 Rangers, our Black Ranger still looks cool. Like he's kind of like posing like a cool guy because he's like the hot shot on the show. So I like that they embody that character throughout, even when they're posing and fighting. Our caveman is in like a caveman pose more, you know, and then my character is more like, yeah, leader pose. I don't know, standing in the middle, I guess. But I like the energy that I feel from the Black Ranger suit. And his helmet's cool, even with the little thing for the Parazord helmet. I think it works. And the yellow visor piece going across is pretty cool. I know we have other parts that look like that too, but it's part of the mouth. So side note, the more I look at the Dino Charge suits, the more I see, kind of like, you know, when you see like a FedEx truck, when you see the arrow between the letters, you can never unsee it. It's kind of like that. So I didn't even realize when I first got this role. So if you look at like not in this suit, but the normal one on the left shoulder, how there's that armor piece, it's like an eyeball. And then you move down and the silver encapsulates like a mouth of a dinosaur. And then you have the teeth design. He's looking it up. Those black squiggles amongst the yellow, they're teeth. Yeah, it's like, it's a design. Yeah, you never knew, right? So it's just cool. Like you look and there's more details. Because at first I thought the Dino Charge suits were honestly a little too busy. But now that I see that there's an element and a reason behind that busyness, I like it more. So the way...
It even has a nostril for the nose on the lower end.
I
it's
know.
The profile of a dino chomp.
Yeah, and our helmets have eyes and like teeth on them, depending on the helmet. The Parazord helmet has like no teeth, because I imagine, I don't know my dinosaur history that well, but I have a feeling it's because that dinosaur maybe didn't have teeth, or at least we don't think it does, and more is like a bill, because it looks like that design is more flat versus like rigid teeth, like a carnivorous type dinosaur. But yeah, super cool. Anywho, moving right along, we're now in the top 5 suits. So number 5 is the Pink Ranger suit. I really like the color pink, and there's a video where the thumbnail is me in the pink suit somewhere on my YouTube channel. The helmet works for me. Again, the skirt is cool. I mean, even if you had like the Purple Ranger, like a non-skirt version, I still think it would look pretty legit. Again, talking about how this, like, as far as we're aware, Triceratops, you know, were not meat eaters. So they're, you know, herbivores. And so there's no teeth on the helmet design. So it's just more, you know, not rigid, I guess, not teethy pointy. So, and I like the horn that helmet has as well, representing the Triceratops. Moving along, number 4, we're jumping into the Blue Ranger. So we got the Stegozord, Stego Shield wielding caveman. Again, talking about the energy that the stunt performers bring when they're in the suit. I like that our Blue Ranger is like the strong one, and his helmet has the Stego spikes on the top, so they're not ear projectile piece things. They actually are like armor. So even though he doesn't typically, if ever, really headbutt anyone in the show, I feel like he would get extra damage if he headbutted someone with that. Same with our Pink Ranger's helmet. And I like blue, even though Aqua Blue is my favorite blue. Normal blue, or I don't know if you call this normal blue, but pretty traditional blue is also a great color to me. And I think it goes well with, you know, just the silver on the boots and like the end pieces of the gloves that we wear, the arm, little forearm strap things. So yeah, now we're making it to the top 3, and you're like, how are there 3 left? Like I mentioned, Dark Ranger is in this list. So if you don't remember the Dark Ranger, we're talking about Heckle, the Dark Ranger from the comics, as well as Kyoryuger. He wasn't Heckle in that, but we had the suit.
He was also in Cosmic Fury.
Right. Why did I forget that? Yeah, so he actually is in Cosmic Fury. But I think that suit, they got it mixed up, right? Like with the hero one and the villain one or something. I'm pretty sure. So if someone wants to comment below, I used to remember it more, but there's like a slight variation in the helmet or something. And I think they sent the wrong one from Japan, something like that. Even though I don't remember him being a good guy. I saw the movie where he has, like he's a bad guy against Kyoryuger, but then he's also not a bad guy in part of it, but his suit was slightly different. Regardless, this suit is awesome. Again, like an iteration of blue / purple-ish, and then like red arms. So he's mixing multiple colors, packing a lot of firepower. He has these boomerang things as weapons. He has like this armor thing on his sleeve, but again, it's not armor. It's like on my suit where the armor piece is like the eye. This is like the fan piece of the Spinozord, and then it flows into the eye. So if you look at his chest piece, you see that whole design. So I think it's pretty epic. I just love the color scheme and the mix of the gold and then the silver teeth. So he just seems like a very big threat because he's really strong. Really cool suit. So now we're down to the last 2 suits. Number 2 for me is gonna be our Gold Ranger. But actually, when I say our Gold Ranger, I'm gonna throw this to the Kyoryuger Gold Ranger, which you're like, the suits are the same. Well, yes and no. They redesigned the suits, you know, for us in New Zealand, not Japan, for us to wear in our stunt team. They didn't have them just shipped over from Japan for some reason. And they used a different material, it looks like. So hopefully Steven can pull up a picture and you'll see the Dino Charge Gold is like a more muted color. It's not shiny, it's more of a matte gold versus Kyoryuger where it's a shiny gold. I prefer the shiny gold. So pretend ours is shiny for this conversation in this video. Yeah, but I love this design. I love that in the show, his wings that pop out randomly, like he can actually fly with them. You know, they're not just aesthetics, they actually work. And that he has his own morph as well that's different than ours. But yeah, Gold Ranger is awesome. And again, so like our Silver Ranger has gold around his ankles and his wrists, or not wrists, I guess more his forearms. Our Gold Ranger has silver like the rest of us do. And the gold and silver just play off of each other really well. And again, no teeth around the helmet because our understanding of pterodactyls is they didn't have teeth, I guess, you know, like more like a pelican or something, or a bird with like just a beak. I think it's cool, and even with the pointy helmet part, which I know makes it difficult when Davi, our Gold Ranger, wants to fly to conventions because that piece is hard to fit in a bag versus some of the smaller helmets, but really solid suit design. Well, of course, that only leaves one other suit, Dino Charge Red. So the Dino Charge Red Ranger suit is my suit. Again, I'm wearing the Dino Supercharged armor right now, but we have all the teeth on the helmet because, of course, T-Rex have teeth as far as we're aware. We have that shoulder piece. I'm actually looking at a toy with the shoulder broken off of it. But how much is this selling for on eBay? $5. You too can own a part of Power Rangers history for $5. I love this suit. And here is from the team up in Beast Morphers, where it's the 3 original Dino teams before Dino Fury was a thing, or I'd say the 4 Dino teams, because yeah. But I like also, side note, how you see how they put Dino Charge in the middle of this. This was footage from Japan, because in Japan, Kyoryuger, as far as I'm aware, is more popular than the source material for Mighty Morphin. And Mighty Morphin in America obviously is more popular. So depending on like when we morphed, we had Austin St. John in the middle of the lineup because, you know, he's the main draw. for that team up. But then, like, once we started using Japanese footage, my character was in the middle because the Japanese footage has Kyoryuger as the main selling point for their team up. So just interesting. But yeah, I love the suit. The red, even though red's not my favorite color, it really works well with like the scales on the arm, which I also thought was a cool touch. Again, dinosaurs with scales. They really went for details that I never even thought of before when it came to suit design. So you kind of have some scales on the Dino Thunder one, but it's not really as much as like the Red Ranger literally has like scales running down the arm in the suit. So I think it's cool. The Mighty Morphin one is more like playing cards. You know, they're not really like they're dino themes, but they don't go all in on the suit design for dinos versus Dino Charge, which again has looked way more busy to me. But once you know what that busyness represents, it's actually pretty cool. So there you have it, guys. That is my list of favorite Dino Charge suits. Let me know how you would rank the suits. What's your favorite color suit? If you could do a variation on a suit, like I like this design, but I'd love if the helmet was from this one instead or something like that. Also, it'd be fun to know. And again, if you want to see the video where we talk about my favorite Zords from Dino Charge, make sure to click here.